Hello dear student, my name is Sivani Rana. I am nursing tutor in Munisheva Ashram College of Nursing. Today I'll demonstrate the procedure of physical examination.
We will see what is the physical examination. So, physical examination is defined as a complete assessment of a patient's physical and mental status. And a physical assessment is the systematic collection of objective information that is directly observed or is elected through a examination techniques. The definition of health examination, that is, health examination is the systematic assessment of human body which involves the use of one's sense to determine the general physical and mental condition of the body. Now we will see which are the purposes for the physical examination. So first, it helps to gather baseline information or data regarding the client's health status at the time of hospitalization. Second, to supplement, confirm and add to data obtained from the nursing history. Third, the purpose of physical assessment is to identify normal and deviation from the normal. Fourth, nurses use the information to identify deviation in the health pattern of the patient. Fifth, it is also used to derive nursing diagnosis on the which planning, nursing intervention and evaluation are based. Sixth, it offers an opportunity for health teaching, for example, breast and testicular self examination. After purposes, we will see a different techniques which are used in physical examination. So, firstly, inspection. In inspection, we mainly focus on the overall appearance of health or illness, signs and distress, facial expression and moods, body size, then grooming and personal hygiene. Now, second technique, that is palpation. Palpation is an assessment technique in which the examiner feels with his or her finger and one or both hands. Skill and gentleness are important in a palpation. The degree of pressure applied during the palpation which is varies and that is depending on, for example, tenderness of the area and the depth of palpation required. Third technique, that is percussion. Percussion means a striking or tapping with the fingers. It eclectic sound, which indicate whether the underlying tissue are solid or filled with the air or fluid. The sound may be resonance, hyperresonance, timpani, dull or flat. The percussion can be done by two methods. First, direct percussion. Direct percussion, that means striking the body surface directly with the one or two fingers, for example in ascitic thrills. And second, that is indirect percussion, in that placing the middle finger of the non-dominant hand firmly against the body surface and striking the distal joint of non-dominant finger with the middle finger of the dominant hand. And last, there is auscultation. It means listening with the stethoscope or placing the ear against the body. It reveals sound produced within the body and the blood vessels such as the heartbeat, vowel sound, while auscultation frequency, loudness, quality and duration of the sound to be noted. There is a four characteristics of sound. First, pitch. Second, loudness. Third, quality. And fourth, duration.
Now we will see a tray containing for physical examination. First, thermometer for check the temperature. Second, watch for measuring the time. Then sphygmomanometer for blood pressure. Then stethoscope for the auscultation. Then nursing note and TPR sheet for record and report. Then scale for height measurement. Then two pens for record and report. Now, second tray that containing a tuning fork for ear examination, then percussion hammer for reflexes, then tongue deep pressure for throat examination, then nasal speculum for nose examination, then proctoscope for the anal examination, then vaginal speculum for vaginal examination, then torch for eye examination. Now, bowl with cotton swab, then gloves, then paper bag or kidney tray to discard a waste, then weight machine, then height measurement scale. Now we will start the procedure of physical examination. So firstly greet the client. Now explain the procedure to the client and provide the comfortable position according to the area to be assessed. Now maintain the privacy to the client. We will do a hand washing. So firstly wet your hand, then take adequate amount of antiseptic solution. Now perform the step of hand washing. First palm to palm, second back of the palm, third interlock the finger, fourth back of knuckles, fifth base of thumb, sixth fingertips, and last 7 wrist. Now rinse the hand. Now we will start the procedure of physical examination. So in that firstly general appearance. In general appearance we will assess the nourishment, body build, health status and activity of the client.
Also observe client body build, that is thin or obese, or age or sex, that is male or female.
Second, that is mental status. In that we will assess the consciousness of the client. For checking the consciousness, awake the client and ask the client for time, place and person.
And also check the facial look of the client, which is depressed, worried, anxious, tensed, and etc.
After that, we will see the posture of the client. So, firstly, we will assess the movement. Provide the sitting position to the client. Now,
Check any tremors and immobility in the body.
uh, now provide the upright position to the client for checking the body curves. So, check the lordosis and kyphosis in the client.
That is the abnormal condition of the spinal cord. First, kyphosis, second, scoliosis, and third, lordosis.
Now, we will check the height and weight of the client. Now, firstly check the weight.
After checking the weight, we will measure the height. Height and weight give a baseline data regarding the patient's health and nutritional status. Now, record the height and weight in a record sheet.
We will measure the vital sign. It is also known as a cardinal sign. So, firstly check the temperature. Take the thermometer to check the temperature. There is mainly 4 routes for checking the temperature.
That is, first, oral or mouth. Advantages of oral temperature, that is, correct body temperature can be recorded. Second, most accessible site. And third, no privacy is needed. Now, second, that is rectal. That the advantages of rectal temperature, that is most reliable, or disadvantages, that is need the privacy, then need the lubrication, and sometimes false reading if rectum is loaded with the fecal matter. Now, axillary, the advantages of axillary temperature, that is, it is the safest method and non invasive, no bed test for the disinfectant, and no fear of biting thermometer. And fourth, that is tympanic membrane. The tympanic membrane advantage is that is easy access and reflect cold temperature of the body. And last, that is skin or temporal artery.
Take the watch. For measurement of pulse and respiration, place first three finger over the radial artery and palpate the radial artery. Measurement of pulse for 1 minute. After the pulse, we will measure the respiration. So, place the hand over the abdomen and observe the rise and fall of the chest. Note the time for 30 seconds and count as a 1 minute.
Measuring the vital sign, we assess the general well-being of the patient. And after measuring the vitals, record it in a TPR sheet.
Now we will assess the skin condition. So, examine the color, texture of the skin and temperature and lesions present on the skin.
Now we will see the abnormality in the skin. First, cyanosis, bluish coloration of the skin. Second, pallor, the yellowish coloration of the face. Third, ecchymosis or inspect the vascularity of the skin. Then petechiae. Then inspect the skin for the any lesions. And palpate the skin temperature, texture and moisture and turgor. If the skin with decreased turgor remains elevated after being pulled up and released, that means the presence of dehydration in the body. Now pitting edema. When applying the pressure to the swollen area cause an indentation that persistent for some time, that's called pitting edema. After that, we will see the abnormalities of nails. First, spoon nails. Second, clubbing nails. Third, parenchyma. And fourth, indentation called Bewes line, which is present over the nails.
After that, we will assess the head and face of the client. So, firstly check the shape of the head. Then, scalp. In that, we will check the cleanliness, dandruff, presence of pediculosis and ringworm.
This is the picture of dandruff, which is present on a scalp. Second, pediculosis. Or third, ringworm.
Now, check the face, present of puffiness, fatigue, pain, any anxiety.
This picture shows the fatigue and a stress face, and this picture shows puffiness on the face. Now we will assess the eye. In that, assess the shape, size and symmetry. Then check the eyeball movement in side by side. Then after, check the contraction and dilation of the pupils with the use of torch. This is the image of Snennen chart, mainly used in a vision ability test. Now the abnormalities of eyes. So cornea and iris, we will see arcus snellis. In pupil, PEERLA. That means pupil equal react to light and accommodation. Then see the symmetrical of eyebrows, eyelids. In eyelids we see electropions, entropions and ptosis. Then pupillary reflect to the light. Check the dilation and contraction of the pupils.
After the eye examination, we will start the ear examination. So, firstly check the external ear. In that, we will see the any obstruction in the ear passage.
This is the image of external ear. In that, pinna, conchia, ear canal and eardrum.
Now, take the cotton swab and check the discharge coming from the ear. After that, now take the tuning fork for the ear examination. There is two type of test, Weber test and Renning test. So tape the tuning fork over the locker. Now place over the forehead and ask the client for heard or not. After that we will measure the Renin test. So again the tape the tuning fork over the locker, then place behind the mastoid bone and place over the mastoid bone. Now again tape over the locker and place parallel to the auricle and ask the client for heard the sound or vibration.
This is the image of Weber test and Renin test. Normally, in Weber test, a sound heard equally well in both ears as the conducted through the bones. And in Renin test, when tuning fork kept near the external meatus, that calls the air conduction, and when the tuning fork kept over the mastoid bone, it's called bone conduction.
After ear we will check the nose. So check the external nerves and any inflammation or discharge from the nose.
This is the image of deviated nasal septum.
After examination of nose, now we will examine the mouth and pharynx. So, firstly lips. In that we will check the redness, swelling, crust, cheilosis, cyanosis present on the mouth. Take the torch for examination of the oral cavity. Ask the client to open the mouth and examine the oral cavity. Now, ask the client for widely open the mouth and protrude whole tongue and check the lesions or crust over the tongue.
Now we will see abnormal condition in the mouth. So pyorrhea and gingivitis. On tongue we will see lesions and crust. In mouth, tonsillitis present or tatter of teeth. This kind of condition mainly seen in the mouth.
The neck. So in that firstly lymph node and thyroid gland. Examine the enlargement of the lymph node and thyroid gland. Palpate it.
This is the image of normal thyroid gland and enlarged thyroid gland. And this is the image of enlarged lymph nodes. After palpation, we will see the range of motion of the neck. So advise client to see side by side and upper and down. After that, we will perform a chest examination. Firstly, check the shape of the chest. Now, we will measure the breathing pattern of the client. So advise client for deep breathing. Now, take the stethoscope and check the stethoscope. Now place the stethoscope over the chest and heard breath sound and heart sound. The normal heart sound, that is S1 and S2. Now we will see the abnormal findings in the thorax. That is, first, increase the chest size and contour, abnormal breathing pattern with the use of accessory muscles, then unequal chest expansion and abnormal breath sound, then barrel chest, pigeon chest. This is the picture of normal chest and abnormal barrel chest. Now we will see the palpate the thorax. So in that we will auscultate the different sound. Crepitus sound, Rhonchi sound. In that Rhonchi sound, that is low pitch and continuous musical sound. Whizzing sound, that is high pitch and continuous musical sound, and pleural friction rub sound. Now we will see the percussion of the thorax. In that mainly we will use indirect percussion. Now we will assessing the breast and axilla and also palpate the breast and axilla. So what is inspect in a breast? So we will examine the size and symmetry, contour, any mass is present or not, retraction or flattering of the breast. Now we will see how to perform the breast examination and what is the best time for the breast examination. So, best time to do breast examination, that is right after the menstrual period. And now steps of the breast examination. So firstly, lie down and put a pillow under your right shoulder and place your right arm behind your head. Now use the finger pad of your three middle finger on your left hand to feel the lumps or thickness. Your finger pads are the top third of the each finger. After that, press the firmly enough to know how your breast feels. If you are not sure how hard to press, ask your healthcare person or provider, or try to copy the way your healthcare provider used to finger pad during the breast examination. Now, learn what your breast feel like most of the time. A firm ridge in the lower curve of each breast is normal. Now, move around and breast set in a way that you can choose either A. Circle, B. Up and down line, and C. That is wedges. Do it in the same way every time, and it will help you to make sure that you have gone over the entire breast area and to remember how your breast feel. Now examine your left breast using the right hand finger pads. Now, if any finding or changes appear, inform the doctor right away. And breast examination perform every month in a same day. After breast examination, we will assess the abdomen. In assessment of abdomen involves four things: inspection, auscultation, percussion and palpation. So firstly, inspection. In inspection, we will see the skin color, rashes, symmetrical, skin for location, contour or hernia, then not the scar, stria, lesions and sign of inflammation. After that, second, that is auscultation. In that, auscultate the vowel sound, brunt and friction rub and venous hump. After auscultation, we will perform a percussion. Percussion is done to identify a fluid masses or air modes of the abdomen or dullness and tympani. Now, the last step, that is palpation. In that, light and deep palpation are used to examine the abdomen. Light palpation is used to assess a tenderness, muscle tone, and abdominal stiffness, and deep palpation is used to distinguish a mass, organ, or deep pain. Now, we will measure the genitalia and rectum examination. In that, two methods, in inspection and palpation, we will perform. So first, male genitals. In that, inspect the skin and glance of the penis and observe the any lesions, color, discharge or inflammation, and palpate the penis using your thumb and first two finger. Note size, shape and consistency, any tenderness or nodules, and normally the testes feel firm, not hard with the similar consistency. And in female genitalia, inspection and palpation are the technique used in the examination of the female genitals. So, firstly, inspect the external genitals. In that, we will inspect the pubis, labia majora, and perineum. And in internal inspection, insert the glove finger and locate the cervix. Assess the size of the vagina. Ask the patient to strain and observe any bulging of the vaginal wall. And in rectum, provide Sims position and expose the anal area. With the use of a proctoscope, see the hemorrhoids, rashes, and inflammation and ulcer. After genitalia, we will assess the extremity, advise client for sitting position, and assess the upper and lower extremity. Advise client for extension and flexion of the hand. Now, advise client for stand up position and abduction and adduction of the leg. With this method, we will see the movements of the hand and legs. Now, we will assess the back of the client. Assess the presence of spina bifida. This is the picture of spina bifida. After assessing extremity,
provide the comfortable position to the client. Now, we will check the neurological assessment. In that, firstly check the reflexes of the client. Check the biceps reflex.
the bicep reflex mainly done for the test of C5 and C6 nerves root and musculocutaneous nerves.
And check the triceps reflex.
And the triceps reflex mainly done for the test of C7 and C8 nerve roots and the radial nerves.
Now, second reflex, that is Babinski. This is measure over the foot. Make a L shape over the foot and check the reflexes of the toe.
In that, bendings of toes downward, that is the normal plantar response, or extensor of plantar response, in that the flanting of the toes.
Now provide the sitting position for the checking the Achilles or patella reflexes. Tap the hammer over the patellar bone and check the reflexes of the leg.
That normal reflex, that is extension of the lower leg at the knee, that is knee jerk. The patellar reflex mainly done for the test of L3 and L4 nerve roots and the femoral nerves.
After that, we will see the Achilles reflexes. So tap over the Achilles tendons.
And normal reflex, that is plantar flexion of foot. The Achilles reflex mainly done for the test of S1 and S2 nerve roots and the sciatic nerves. Now,
Comfortable position to the client. Now record and report of the patient condition. Now replace the article in the utility room.
thank you for watching the video. Please share, like and subscribe the channel.